Good morning, doTERRA yoga friends. It's Marty Harger, and today I want to talk with you about the hinoki essential oil. This hinoki oil is one that comes as part of the product of the month. This month, if you are in North America, hinoki oil has never been available to us here. It is available in Japan. In fact, the oil that I just flashed at you is actually one that one of my friends got me from Japan. But I wanted to talk to you about this hinoki oil. It's one of my absolutely favorite oils. That's why I had somebody bring it to me from Japan when they were visiting. And this oil that is free to you even through today, if you place a loyalty reward program order with doTERRA of 125 points or more, and you can process that order now. There's a lot of great deals on products you can stock up on and save 20 to 30% on this month to incorporate for your personal health and for your yoga practice. In fact, you can get some free oils with some of the kits, like the Daily Habits kit, that you could share with people and use them as a way to incorporate into your yoga classes or your yoga practice. So I want to talk about this hinoki oil though in a little bit more detail because I want you to understand some ideas on how you can use it in your yoga classes and workshops. Now, hinoki is an oil that you would, if you were going to use in a class or workshop, I would suggest that you either use a drop or two in the diffuser and talk about it that way, or you could incorporate it into a roller bottle and encourage people to apply it. You might also be somebody who wants to give everyone a drop of this very precious amount of oil, 85 drops that you have. You could certainly put those drops on your hands, cup it around their nose, depending on whether you're sharing it with a few people or a lot of people, or if you're using it personally. So I like to take these special oils that we cannot purchase, and I like to use them in my diffuser so I can really get the aroma and let it open up aromatically. The hinoki oil comes from the Japanese cypress tree. Some call it a cedar tree, but it's actually a conifer. And it comes from the bark of the tree, which is a dark reddish amber kind of color. This is a tree that actually translates the word hinoki is the combination of the word hi or he, H-I, or hi, and that is supposed to translate to the word fire, and the word ki, hinoki, is tree, so fire tree. And the reason that they gave it that name is because it grows in the mountains of central Japan, and it is used to make the fires that are burned in Shinto shrines. So it has a lot of spiritual significance and is a very powerful oil to connect us with spiritual harmony. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute, some of the emotional value of this hinoki oil. But one of the things that's so fascinating is it's a very gentle oil, but it's an incredibly sturdy tree. The Shinto shrine that is one of the shrines in Japan, most of the shrines in Japan are built with hinoki oil. And this is a wood that's used in building. So it's very sturdy. It's also the suggested oil to use if you are building a Japanese bath. So if you've ever been to Japan or you have been to some of the places, there's a beautiful place I used to enjoy in Santa Fe, New Mexico called 10,000 Waves. And they have used some of the hinoki oil to build some of their baths and surrounding areas. So it's used because it's sturdy, but it's also used to build some of the most sacred Shinto shrines in Japan. So as I mentioned, the oil itself is kind of a dark red brown wood that is steam distilled. It's chopped up, and the extra wood, not used in building obviously, but the extra wood is used in an environmentally friendly way to create a very woody aroma. It's very calming. And here's the thing that's so interesting about this coming out for us in January and incorporating this into our yoga practice. When we look at it on a physical level, the hinoki oil is wonderful for relaxation and calming. It's also a respiratory opener. So I know that there's a lot of us that have been struggling with colds and coughs and bronchitis and things like this. This is a beautiful preventative tool. It's also a great oil that you can use if you have a condition that's creating that uncomfortable continuous weeks of coughing. So the hinoki oil is perfect timing in January to land in your home. And what I love about it in the yoga setting is when we put the oils on us as a human diffuser, or we put them in a diffuser and diffuse them in the yoga studio area, we have an opportunity to create a very powerful anti-pathogenic environment. So if you think of the word anti, hinoki is like good for anti-everything, viral, bacterial, septic, fungal. It is a really powerful oil for that. So again, a gentle aroma, beautiful wood aroma, many different notes in this as it opens up in your hand, by the way. But I love, because it's a respiratory oil, to consider using it in breath work in your practice for a couple of reasons. One is that it is an oil that is known and has been researched to show that it calms the autonomic nervous system, our fight and flight response. What a perfect tool as we turn into this new year, a new decade, and a lot of people are eager to get underway with their new adventures. They may find in their yoga practice that what they really need is to calm down and slow down and observe what's happening and allow that flow to happen in their life instead of jumping in, head first, maybe calming down a little bit, letting the nervous system calm down after the holidays, supporting our respiratory, our breath of life. And it is perfect for January because this is the oil of natural harmony. So as we start a new decade, it helps accentuate feelings of harmony, calm, and respect in an honorable way. And I love the words that I found about that in the Emotions in Essential Oils book, because when we talk about the idea of respect in a harmonious and honorable way, to me, this is just really the epitome of the Japanese culture that comes through to us in this beautiful wood. Isn't that interesting how the plants in our environment can help create the way that we approach the world? So when we're using the hinoki oil, this is very helpful to use aromatically when we have had an overstimulation or overstress. So I think that, I've seen just from some things I've been involved in the first couple of weeks of January that people are eager to get on with their plans as they come back from the holidays, and there is this sort of blissful calm that is around the holiday season for many of us. And then we jump back into our working mode, our whatever that is for us, or our life mode, our habits and our schedules. And it can be a little overwhelming to go from kind of 0 to 60 in a couple of weeks. So if we're looking to create more calm, to relax that fight or flight response, to create energetic fluidity, to create harmony, to create a flow or a movement in our start to the new year, the hinoki oil would be such a great choice. And I love that these words, harmonious and honorable, are two really fabulous words that describe the impact that this oil can have. This leads us really in our environment to be less affected by the turbulence that is around us. In many parts of the world, we're heading into a very turbulent time, like literally in the next week or two in America. We have a lot of things going on a big scale on our national arena. Using something like the hinoki oil in our yoga practice daily, diffusing it, applying it, inhaling it, sharing it with others at this time gives us an opportunity to help spread the idea of natural harmony, natural flow, and create a release of disorder and bring order and balance back into our lives. I hope you enjoy the hinoki oil. Remember, you can absolutely get your own bottle of this. Today's the last day, though, to place a loyalty reward program order of 125 points or more and hit the process now button. If you need help with that, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you get involved in using doTERRA's essential oils. Final point I want to make today for everybody listening to this message. We are in the middle of a week of the doTERRA Professional Summit. And if you haven't already registered, please use the link I have in this page to sign up and start listening. Today, I'm going to be presenting information about how I built my doTERRA business and eventually to Blue Diamond from a small wellness center in a small town, and how that whole story came to be. If you're interested to know more about it, that's going to be on today. There's some fantastic speakers from doTERRA offering a lot of great tips and ideas about the use of the doTERRA essential oils in their wellness related practice. And for most of us that are speaking, we'll also touch on how we incorporated them to build a doTERRA business and income that supported the practice that we love. So I want to encourage you to register for that and hop on. Great information available to you. Lots of protocols are shared, lots of detailed information. Take some great notes. And in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderfully naturally harmonious day with hinoki oil. Wishing you all the best. Namaste.